you ever look into the eyes of the person you love most and realize they've been lying to you all along? That was the moment everything inside me broke. I didn't scream, I didn't cry, I just went quiet. And from that silence, my revenge began to grow. Slowly, patiently, for years. It all started when my wife and I were celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary. Everything seemed perfect, candles, dinner, laughter. But as she excused herself to answer a work call, something inside me whispered that something wasn't right. She smiled differently that night, too forced, too distant. I brushed it off, thinking I was imagining things. I couldn't have been more wrong. A few days later, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the counter. Normally, I never checked her phone. But that whisper in my head wouldn't stop. The message read, "Last night was unforgettable. Same time next week?" My stomach dropped. My hands shook as I scrolled up. Message after message from someone saved only as M. My heart shattered into pieces. I couldn't put back together. When she came out, wrapped in a towel, smiling, asking what was wrong, I just looked at her and said nothing. Everything's perfect. She never knew I had seen it. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every word she'd ever said replayed in my head, twisting like knives. I wanted to confront her. I wanted to scream. But instead I made a choice to stay calm, to wait. Because revenge, I realized, is best served cold. For the next few months, I acted normal. I made breakfast, cracked jokes, kissed her goodbye every morning. But secretly, I began collecting evidence. Screenshots, photos, call logs, bank statements. I even hired a private investigator. Every day, my heartbreak turned into determination. I wasn't just hurt, I was planning. It turned out her lover was not just anyone. It was someone from her office, a man she claimed was her mentor. They met in hotels, during lunch breaks, even on our anniversaries. She was living a double life right under my nose, so I started building my own secret. Quietly, I moved money into a separate account. I transferred the house title into my name alone, something I had the right to do since I bought it before marriage. I changed passwords, checked insurance policies, and talked to a lawyer without her knowing. Every signature, every form was another step toward justice. A year passed, then 2. By then, I had gathered everything I needed. She still had no idea I knew. Her confidence made her careless. She even started talking about needing space, suggesting we try living apart for a while. That was the final straw. One night, I told her I wanted to surprise her with a weekend getaway, just the two of us, to rekindle things. She smiled like she'd already won. We drove to a cabin in the woods, a place we'd gone when we first married. The perfect setup. When we arrived, she poured wine, laughing like the woman I once knew. I let her talk. I let her spin her lies about how busy work has been, and how we should trust each other more. Then I slid an envelope across the table. "What's this?" she asked, still smiling. "Everything," I said quietly. "Your emails, your messages, your pictures, it's all there." Her face went white. She tried to speak, but no words came out. I stood up and handed her another envelope, divorce papers. "You'll also find copies sent to HR and your parents. Oh, and your lover's wife. She deserved to know too." She started crying, begging, saying it was a mistake, that she didn't mean for it to go this far. I looked at her with years of pain behind my eyes and said, "You had years to stop. I had years to plan." I walked out that night, leaving her in that cabin with her tears and lies. Months later, she lost her job. Her affair partner's wife divorced him too. Meanwhile, I moved on, slowly but peacefully. My savings were secure, my house was mine, and my conscience was clear. One day, she showed up at my door. She looked broken, older, empty. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "Can we start over?" I looked at her for a long time, then said, "You started over the moment you betrayed me. This chapter's closed." She left crying, and I didn't feel sorry. For the first time in years, I felt free. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It's quiet. It's calm. It's when you walk away without hate because you already won long before they realize they lost everything. If you liked the video, please subscribe and turn on notifications.